Hello again, lovelies. It's Karnie and Debs again, and we are talking frankincense. And I've got a couple of questions to ask Debs today because
Yep.
Debs has been with doTERRA as a wellness consultant for a long, long time. So,
Yeah.
first of all, young lady, how long have you been with doTERRA?
10 years. So a
Oh,
decade.
a decade.
Decade. I look at that. It's like a blink of an eye now. It's like I
Mhm.
can't even imagine myself without doTERRA.
Yeah, yeah. And I
It's
know from
it's
the
just
pictures I've
not even
seen,
separate to me.
yeah, well, you look younger now than what you did 10 years ago.
I do actually. When I look back at my photos when I was
Yeah,
in my 50s, I was aging. And now I'm 65 and I feel like I'm in my late 40s. Like
yeah.
I do not feel like I'm 65. I feel. And I know as I was creeping up into the 60s, I was starting to feel that senior aspect of myself. But now it's gone. It's since the Metapower and everything else has made a big difference that way.
Well,
But
you're a dangerous woman these days.
I am. And my hair's going darker. So it's like
I know,
literally
that's
turning back.
amazing.
I know, like if you look, you can see the dark patches and there's a
Yeah,
little bit of grey still, but it's like there's more dark than there is
yeah,
grey now.
yeah, it's amazing. And it's thickened up as well too. And
Oh, yeah, this is all new hair growth.
yeah,
And you'll see it's
wow.
all in different stages. So I've got like long bits and short bits, and because it's all new, see that's a short bit there.
Yeah, isn't that fabulous?
Like so,
Fabulous.
so I've got all this different. And when you see some of my lives, you can see that that part there was gone.
Yeah,
There was no hair there. So you can
yeah.
see the baby hairs
Fantastic.
going through there.
Oh,
It's
you're
really
so
quite
cute.
strange. It's
You're
like
so cute. All right, so wanted to ask you a couple of questions. What what do you love most about doTERRA from a product point of view?
from a product point of view, okay, it's been life changing for me. Literally life changing. I mean, I did not expect that I'd be doing the business in doTERRA. I joined it as a customer because my first experience was going to a class and the facilitator asked me, or asked everybody, if anybody had any pain points or any particular issues that were really bothering them. And for me, it was at that time my tummy. I always had what I call a funny tummy.
Mm.
And I've just learned to accept it. Yeah, sometimes you get these issues, you know that they're just what they are, and you just live and
You,
live with it, kind
you
of thing.
soldier on and push on
Yeah,
through. Yeah,
it's like that's my lot in life. No,
yeah.
no other choice. So I said that, and she said, okay, well, let's put this Digest on. It was called Digest at that time. It's now called Zengest. And immediately I put that on my stomach. It only takes 30 seconds for the oil to hit your bloodstream, right? So within about a minute or so, she asked everybody how everyone was feeling. And so she said, oh, Deb, so how's your tummy? And I went, oh my goodness, like it's gone. I was literally gone. I'd actually had to sink into myself to try and find out if I was
You're
feeling
like,
anything.
where
If
was
I,
my pain?
yes. And you know
Yeah,
what? I went through maybe 2 bottles of the Zen Jess, well, or Digestin back then, and then I've never had to dose like that ever again. Only
wow.
if I've eaten something that doesn't disagree with me, or there's like a tummy wog going around, or something like that. Anytime I've got an upset stomach, I just hit the Zengest, pop that on my stomach, and done. It's gone. Food
Wow.
poisoning, anything like that.
Yeah,
So that was my introduction to doTERRA because I had such a positive experience
yeah,
with that. I'm one of these people, boots and all. So I bought the
yeah.
whole kit. And I was very fortunate because I,
Wow.
I wanted to explore
Yeah,
not just the oils, but the other products they had, like shampoo and conditioner and the toothpaste and the cleaning product. And it also had the DDR Prime in there.
yeah,
And I was thinking of the DDR Prime for my dad. And so, and that's another story. That's about, we'll
yeah.
get
We'll
onto
get
that
to that
another
one.
time. But I bought that whole kit. It was called the Daily Essentials kit. We don't have it anymore, but it was brilliant because it had a bit of a snapshot of everything.
Yeah,
And once I started getting into that, literally everything started to change. Now, I won't say specifically that I didn't have a healing crisis because I did. Like when you start using essential oils, um, things will start to come out.
yep,
So
So
I
they're
think
going to come to your awareness to clear,
they
don't
come to
they?
your awareness and everything else. And a lot of the times I found my personality
Yeah.
starting to shift. Like,
Wow.
I don't know how to put that into words, but like I was saying, I was a bit of a yes person. I had packed on a lot of weight because I say yes all the time. And I'm a nice person, which means nothing inside cares enough. And I'd gone numb to my own wants, needs, and desires and made everybody else more important than me.
Yeah.
And that was probably
Yeah.
part of the being my sister's carer. You get what you call carer's disease, where their needs become more important than yours. So I
Yeah.
understand what had happened. And
I
then
think we're
since
often programmed into that kind of martyrdom too.
we are, as women,
Where,
we are
I'll be the one that lays down so that you can feel better.
pretty much,
Yeah.
pretty much. And so, with that in mind, I didn't realize just how much I had been neglecting my own needs.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, I was saying no, but in a nice way to people. Instead of saying, like people would say to me, "Oh, can you do this?" Because normally I'd say yes, like anyone could ask me, and I'll do whatever they need to do because
Mm.
that's who I was. And now I would say something like, "Am I the only person that you can ask about that?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't even know where that came from." Like,
I bet
and
they
I wasn't
thought the
actually
same
saying
too.
yes, and I wasn't actually saying no. I was just saying, "Am I the only one that you could ask at this
Oh
time?"
my gosh. I bet that
And
shocked the daylights out of them.
it did it because they just look at you and they just go, actually, yeah, I could ask blah 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 or whatever. And I go, well,
Yeah,
do me
yeah,
a favor, ask them first, and if you get really stuck, then come back to me. And half
yeah.
the time, most of them didn't. So I didn't
Fantastic.
have to, make up excuses or get down on myself or feel guilty because I said yes
Yeah.
and all of
But you
that sort of
also don't have to rescue the world and then resent it.
exactly. I was a
Yeah,
big rescuer. I
yeah,
understand that about myself now. It's nearly like the oils, because they affect us physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they start to pull out these things that into our conscious awareness that we were doing unconsciously.
yeah.
So they weren't
Like
even
they
in
put a
our,
spotlight on stuff. Yeah,
they do. They absolutely
yeah.
do. And that's why I said like it's a personality shift because I actually feel, and actually one of the speakers in doTERRA said the same thing. doTERRA make us better people.
Yeah, wow.
That is a true statement because these oils work on so many levels in us. They do. They bring us the best of us to the full. And
Yeah,
I really
fantastic.
like who I am today more than I did when I was in my 50s.
Yeah. Look, I've noticed a difference in 6 months in myself. There's been,
Really?
a transformation in many aspects of my
Yeah.
life and things that I've kind of had a bit of a reality check on,
Yeah.
as well too. Yeah, which has been really good, really
And
good.
it's a
And
journey.
particularly, and other people's shadow energy has come to the surface for me really strongly as well too. And I've kind of had to have a look at that and go, okay,
That's it. That's it.
yeah, yeah,
It does. It just literally changes you. The oils literally change you.
yeah.
And it's not like you have to do the work, it just happens.
Yeah. Well, look, you said that from the minute I met you. I can remember when I very first spoke to you about frequency because we bonded over frequencies.
Yes, we did.
And you said to me, doTERRA is the best professional development course you will ever do wrapped in oils.
Oils. Yep.
And I truly believe that. Like
It
it's,
truly
I've
is.
seen the shift in myself. From a company point of view, what do you love about the company?
The integrity of the company, like they
Yeah.
stand by anything. And you know what? They put the consultants first, always.
Yeah.
And if you've got any issue, like a product might have come broken, or not that this happens often, or something was missing out of your order or whatever, they don't say you have to jump through so many hoops and prove it to me. They just go,
Mm.
sure, fine, we'll just send you out another one. Or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that,
So a lot of companies, yeah, you're screenshotting everything and sending them.
oh,
Yeah.
and this is it. They want you to be the focus of, we want to serve you. doTERRA is a company of service. It's a science-based wellness company, which means they've taken everything into consideration. I love the fact that they do co-impact sourcing. They source all over the world. So not
Okay.
just
So explain that, Debs.
Okay, so most companies will have their own plantations and things like that and harness their own oils. But if you understand the frequency of oils, they are best made or harvested in the energetic and frequency that they are naturally aligned to. So,
Yeah.
like our frankincense comes from Africa. Our lavenders from France, our lemons from Italy. So it's all over the world. And doTERRA take into consideration resting the land. This is also very, very important. It's actually in the Bible about resting the land. A lot of other companies just harvest and harvest and harvest and harvest, and they don't rest the land, and the land then can't give them the best potenance of their oils. But doTERRA source all over the world, which means we'll never ever run out of oils because we source everywhere. We don't have if we had only one plantation or two, like whatever plantation of oils, and you had bad weather that wipes out your crop, you're done.
Yeah.
But because they're all over the world, that's not going to happen everywhere. So there's
Yeah.
always going to be essential oils available to us.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that they work with what we call co-impact sourcing, they work with second world countries to actually get the best deal. So when we're buying through those things, they're actually helping them to build schools, to give them water, to help develop the countries that the oils are actually coming from as well.
Yeah.
And
So
you'll feel
setting
this
up the infrastructure. Yeah.
yeah, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in the oils. Like literally, they are magnetic. That was the
Yeah.
thing that drew me to doTERRA too. Like I'd been using other essential oils, and I blindfolded myself. Actually, I had this other brand. Won't mention it because it's not fair. And I had the doTERRA oils, and because they were the same size bottles and everything else, I couldn't tell what they were. I blindfolded myself, and I switched them all around, and I just took off the lid, and I smelt it, and I went, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's lemon. Okay, I'll pop that on that side, and then I'll grab another one. I went, oh yeah, that's frankincense. Okay, that's fine. That's great. Oh, I love that lavender. It just disappeared into the bottle. I'll put that over there.
Yeah.
Oh, I really love that lemon. I want to eat that. Okay, I'll pop that over there. And it was literally like it poured me into the bottle.
Yeah.
And when I took the blindfold off, doTERRA and the other brand, and completely separate. And I
Yeah.
went,
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
That's frequency alignment, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
These
100%.
are alive. These were dead.
Yeah.
You could smell them. They were fine. You could say, yeah, that's frankincense, lavender, or whatever. But these were like they pulled you in. They were a living thing that drew you into them, and that's
Yeah. There
it.
was an organic quality to them. Yeah.
Totally. And a tip to always remember too, you've got a pure essential oil when it doesn't mark your clothes. If an essential oil is marking your clothes, it's got something else in it. So this is the best thing about doTERRA. That's why we say keep the lids on nice and tight, because they will evaporate. They're more like essences, even though they're called oils.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing that I want to touch on there that I love, but you probably know more about than me as a company, is I love that they do so many things around the world to help different countries.
They
Like
do.
I watched the Zoom call they had on Blue Dragon,
Mm,
and oh my gosh, I just cried from beginning to end. I couldn't stop watching it. It was just amazing to see a company that was so invested in helping,
yeah.
people caught in trafficking situations and, really desperate situations all around the world. And what they were able to set up,
They're in
just,
heart. doTERRA's in
yeah,
heart.
it's beautiful.
Even their color brand, that was the other thing, because being a color psychologist, I was drawn to the color brand of doTERRA and their message. And the color brand was purple and green. And green is the heart and health and healing and new beginnings and all that sort of thing. And purple is service.
Yeah,
And that's doTERRA. They are in heart and service.
yeah. And see, for me, from a Reiki master point of view, purple is spiritual healing, green is physical healing. So, yeah, I can see that as well, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it works.
awesome. All right, my love. Well, we're going to be focusing for the next month, beginning in July, on frankincense, the oil of truth. Now, the lovely Mandy and I chose to work on this one we were going to begin on the 18th of June. And as Mandy was traveling around Europe somehow we've kind of lost Mandy in transit. So we're playing
Time zones.
where is Mandy? Yeah, it's definitely a time zone thing. Where is Mandy? But we're still going to honour the frankincense 1 month. But we're going to really kick it off on July the 1st. And I'm looking at my list of people: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I've got 10 of us,
Right.
including you, 11 including you, who are going to
Yep.
be working on the frankincense challenge. And that means taking frankincense in some form, whether that's topically or internally or in DDR prime, for a whole month and noticing the difference. So, frankincense is the oil of truth. What would
Yes.
you use it for in that capacity if that was something you were focusing on?
Okay, well, frankincense, it's great for your face, and particularly if you've got
Yep,
it in the roll on. Okay, so if you're wanting to use it, and remember, it amplifies any other oil you put with it. So I always layer frankincense first and then pop another oil over the top.
yep. So
So
use
you,
it as a foundation.
yeah, you with it being a roll on, you can just roll it on your face
Yep,
as well, which is great, on your throat and everything else. So it's brilliant for the skin, your décolletage, all of that sort of thing. You can add some frankincense to your moisturizer if you want to do it
yep.
that way. So you could do it easily like
Don't
that.
use one of these.
Not one of those. No, no. I would highly recommend one of the
Yep, you.
doTERRA
Yes, let's put it in some
moisturizers.
oil. Yep,
Yeah. And it's also really good, apparently, to put on your big toe because your big toe is your brain. So when you put it on your
right.
big toe, just like the blue tansy, we used to do the blue
Yep,
tansy with the big toe test as well. But you can put the frankincense on your big toe as well and see if that engages your brain more.
okay. Yep,
So that could be a
awesome.
challenge that you could do, the big toe challenge, or
Big toe
even rubbing,
challenge.
yeah, big toe challenge, or because all your reflexology points are on the feet,
Yep,
definitely get that frankincense on your feet.
on the sole of the feet. Yep, beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It
Well,
helps you with anxious feelings because remember, frankincense is the oil of truth. So it will get to the truth of the matter. So it will take that pressure off performing or whatever it is that you're anxious
yep,
about. Yeah. Great for
yep,
headaches, reduces head tension. I use it like with ice blue for pain all the time. Like
yep,
frankincense and ice blue are my usual go-to.
yeah,
You can use it as a perfume. You could put it even on, if you've got diffusing jewelry, you could
yep,
put some frankincense on there too. So you're just having that constantly there as well because it helps you to de-stress.
yep.
You could
Beautiful.
even put it in like a little bit of a spray bottle and mist it around the house
Yep,
or before you go to bed at night, mist it onto your pillow. You could even add some lavender with your Frankie and that will amplify its properties for sleep.
yeah.
Um,
I use it to clear my channel. So I put a drop on my crown
yes.
and a drop on the coccyx, and I can literally feel the energy all clear from my spine.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing.
We always had a saying in doTERRA, when in doubt, use frankincense. And if
Yep,
I was on a desert island and I could only take one essential oil with me, if I took Frankie, he's my first aid kit. He will do everything. Anything that comes, your way, Frankie will help you with it.
yep, brilliant, brilliant. So if
And of
anyone
course, put them
wanted,
in your water.
yep, beautiful. And if anyone wanted to join us, how would they go about doing that?
So they need to contact you, Karnie. They need to
Woohoo!
contact Karnie and put your name down and say, hey, I'm in for the Frankincense Challenge, and we'll get all the details to you.
Yep, sounds beautiful. Alrighty. And we're starting on July the 1st, which I believe is next Tuesday.
Yes. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
so
Hasn't June just
just
gone?
around the corner. Yeah, blink of an eye and
Oh,
it's disappeared. Yep.
yeah. Wow.
Alrighty. Well, I shall love you and leave you till then. So, looking forward to this challenge. Really am. Thank you for all of that, Debs. Love
You're
ya.
welcome, Connie. Have fun with your challenge.
I shall.